Fantastic salutations coming from me, Valerie Maxfield, to you around the world and wherever you are listening to this podcast today. Standing in My Truth is evolving again. And whilst we are in the throes with all the new guests that we've been interviewing, the first excerpt will be on the 9th of May. Super, super excited for the guests that we'll be having coming on. But today is back to the motivational personal journeys and the things that I've come across. Today's message is, what are you prepared to accept? I know that at a certain point in your life, you can't keep accepting the same things that you were doing in your 18s, 20s, 30s. You need to lay boundaries. You need to lay down who are the people who are going to step over that line into that boundary, that circle. Now, one example is this. You could be in a relationship and you're giving. And you ask yourself sometimes, I'm giving, but what am I getting back in exchange rate? And I have spoken about this years ago. But I'm 2 years in and a lot wiser. And I've said to myself, I no longer am prepared to accept that. I'm not prepared to be given out, doing for you, when I don't even ask. I shouldn't have to ask. Now, sometimes you could have 70-30 of a relationship with someone. But does that 70% that you're putting in actually equate to the 30% that he or she puts in? Ask yourself that. And when I say exchange rate, I don't mean money. And not necessarily love. But it's that companionship, the openness, the things that you would do for each other, the things you would share. It doesn't take much for your companion to open the door for you. It doesn't take much for you both to have an agreement and to have something to eat. Let's go to the restaurant. Or I'm going to cook in. Or he's going to cook. It doesn't take much to have a conversation. And you have an opinion and he has an opinion. And even if that opinion does not equate to be the same, you can beg to differ. The exchange rate shouldn't be you feel scared to be you. The exchange rate shouldn't be he or she is allowed to do, but you are not. Now, I'm not trying to share other people's life stories. I can only speak from my experience. And yes, I have people around me who have this, probably may have the same issue, but this is my personal journey. Now, many of us want to feel loved. I should say all of us wants to feel loved. But what does that love look like in the midst of what you'd accept and the exchange rate? Because someone gives you something does not mean they love you. Sex is a form of lust, appreciation, and I want you. I appreciate you. That's one. Giving someone a gift is an appreciation. That's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. But giving someone a gift does not give you access to that person. Because you give me a gift, we end up guilt-tripping ourselves. That, because Matthew, Mark, Luke and Tom, or Janet and Joanne gave me a gift, I feel obligated. So the thing is, if you've been given a gift, they shouldn't be looking to receive. And you should not be feeling, I need to give back. Unless you want to give back because you feel the warmth and you want to do that. This is what I mean about what is acceptable within your circle, within your energy. Now, when you look at the situation that, as far as your partner, we'll come on to your friends in a minute. If you've got your partner and he and she thinks it's okay to be out with the mates 24/7, and as soon as you say, I'm going to have a girls' night or a male's night, it's frowned upon. They're not happy. They can't handle that. They need to know what you're wearing or where you're going. And it ensues into a big argument. You cannot have one rule for one and one for the other. Let me just say, I am not prepared to have one rule for me and one rule for you. I'm way over my 40s. So what is acceptable to me may not be acceptable to you. Do not bring your bad energy into my quarters. It is no longer acceptable. And once you lay your guidelines down to whoever steps to you, be strong in who you are, be you and more, you will find you will attract that type of people within your circle. Now you've got friends who are happy to go where you're going or do what you're doing and be very judgmental in who you're dating. Do you understand? But lo and behold, if you decide that you're going to comment on their relationship, it is frowned upon. The best I do, keep your mouth shut. Because when they're having an argument, you're the bad guy. When they get back together and they are, having their pillow talk, you're the bad guy. Learn how to give advice to a male or female without throwing your attachment to their conversation. Learn how to navigate and listen to what they're saying. Sometimes they may be in a bad energy and toxic relationship. And because you would not put up with it, doesn't mean you should tell them that they shouldn't. What you should be doing, or I'd like to say, is the best course, is just listen. Sometimes people don't even want your opinion. They just need to vent. And if you feel that you cannot circumference your way around what they're saying because your mouth is so eager to say, oh God, no, I am not doing that. Count to 10. Count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ask yourself, would you want the opinion? Ask and say, do you want me to say something? Let them say back. Let them say yes. In my experience, I lost a really, really, really good friend who I thought we were on the same page, the same level, the same everything. Until one faithful day, she turned around and said, oh, she's seen this guy. Now, she's not, I still value her as an acquaintance. But I felt at that point to say to her, that guy is no good because he's already tried it. And I've seen him out with other people. Now, I don't think he's going to give you the attention for the person that you are. He's not 100% into you. That was my biggest mistake. Because do you know that even though they did not even last over a year, I was the bad guy and I was the friend that was pushed to one side. And from that day, I learnt my lesson, which was, it doesn't mean you've got the best friends in the world and how much you love them. They may not think the same way about you. The things that you may think that you're protecting your friends from, they probably don't want to feel like they're needing protection. Everyone has to make their own mistakes to become the person they are, wherever they are in their lives. If we were to erase all the mistakes that we made, where we are in life, we wouldn't have learned a damn thing. It hurt. It really hurt to know that I had her back. And what came after she and I not speaking was hurtful. We lost mutual friends. I never told my side of the story. I thought, do you know what? You definitely had an issue with me all along. Like 9 years of a friendship, you had an issue with me, and I was not fully aware that in my circle, you didn't feel the same way about me as I did about you, and that I would throw the gauntlet down for you. And that made me very aware of my circle of friends. It made me not trust everybody, not anybody. You see, if someone presents themselves to you, take them at the first instance, not what you've heard about them. Take them right there and then as who they are. Learn who they are. Appreciate them right there who they are. Never assume who they are. Because assuming that that person is that, you know, that person is really good, that person is really great, oh, they're truly wonderful, and no, they would never stab me in my back, that assumation will come back to kick you right back in the ass. Always be clear. Have clarity. Listen. Be you. Just be you and more. Because the only thing is, being yourself could only, as I said before, attract the people that should be for you. When you're listening to your friends speak, you might not agree with the conversations that they're having. But you don't need to agree with what they say. I don't know if anyone's read The Celestine Prophecy. It's a book that I end up reading 3 times. Nothing is coincidental. And if you ever get the chance to read The Celestine Prophecy, I urge you to. Because you may think of a scenario, and sometimes when that scenario comes into your mind, you wouldn't believe that scenario will play out. That scenario will, and you feel like it's deja vu. You feel like you've been here before. And have you ever stood up talking to someone and they're saying stuff and you're thinking, Christ, I've been here with the same person, same conversation. How could I? I've not seen them for so long. This is crazy. Let me tell you something. The universe has a way of working things out. This is why I say sometimes the things that you speak out into the universe can come back to you threefold. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful of what you put into your circle. I'm hoping I'm making sense to you today. I'm not trying to be vague. I'm giving you food for thought. I've seen people manipulate a relationship, both male and female, lovers and friends. Manipulations doesn't play any role in my life. I can see you from a mile off coming. I have a 6-week method, and I've had a few guys that have tried to date me. And one guy I particularly said, this is not even so long ago, right? Doesn't know if I've got anyone or not. It's funny why guys never ask if you got a partner. That's the first thing they should ask you. They just assume that you're just going to play the game with them and, you know, and want to sleep with them and be with them, even if you've got someone or not. Sorry, not in my quarters. Val does not play that game. Don't play that game. I don't share. I do not share. I hate sharing. And especially if it's my man, I'm not sharing, and I'm not taking someone else's. What ain't mine ain't meant for me. that's not meant to be in my circle. And this guy comes and, hey, I don't do that. I've tried to do the dating app thing. I'm probably just too old in the tooth to be doing dating apps, so I'm probably destined to stay single. But this guy comes and I'm terrible, because to be honest with you, if I didn't go out seeking you, when you do approach me and the chemistry ain't there, I find it hard to connect. Does anyone else get like that? If I'm not the one that's seeking you, because I need to have that excitement that, yeah, I like him or I like her. I'm just giving a scenario. I didn't say, oh yeah. But if I like him, I'm going to put out my nana, shanana, nana, and give the eye and whatever. But when a guy approaches me, especially if I find it hard to trust whatever they say. That is really bad. It's really bad. Because trying to sift out the wheat from the chaff in this day and age, mate, it's hard. It is so hard work. And so I've put down this 6-week rule that I guarantee your phone number will always be in my phone, but after 6 weeks, you and I will not be conversing. And stupidly, I told this to this guy. And he's the same star sign. And worse, he was the same star sign as me. And I thought, oh my God, I'm dating myself. Jesus Christ. I cannot be dating myself. Jesus. And it was beautiful. I just saw so many similarities. But I didn't want to date myself. And I told him about the 6-week rule. And he was gutted. And it got to about the 4th week. And he just said, I'm going to just have to just bow out because you are so lovely. I just think you're brilliant. I think you're lovely. I'm so attracted to you. But you confuse the hell out of me. And with that, he removed himself. I'm glad he removed himself because that's like playing with somebody else's child. Stop playing with somebody else's child. Right? Doesn't matter what age. I'm just saying someone else's child is just stop playing with someone else's child. Because everybody's got feelings. And I'm not here to be wasting anybody's time. So I have a 6-week rule. I don't know what rules you lot play by. But I just have a 6 weeks. I just know that after 6 weeks, nothing's going to happen. Meaning, I will keep talking to you. But we go for something to drink or whatever the case may drink. Even if I don't drink or eat. But there's no kissing, there's no hugging, there's nothing. I know if you're listening to this, well, what are you doing then? I am sifting to make sure you can be within my circle after 6 weeks. I am not better than anybody else. It's about protecting my energy. My ears and my door is always open to have conversation. Always. I would never put my life onto someone else. But enough about me. It's realizing to yourself, what do I want within my circle? What do I gain out of my relationship with my partner? If I'm constantly arguing with my partner, what is there to gain? Is it that I like the drama? Hell no. Give yourself some peace. Give yourself some space. Stop the arguing. If you've got children involved, and trust me, in this day and age, if you feel that by staying with someone because of your children, you are crackers. We don't have those back in the day when our parents and our grandparents stayed for no love, to rear their children. If we could all still do that, that'd be amazing. But where is your happiness? Are you going to sacrifice your happiness because of your children? Because let me tell you, when your kids get to say 16, 17, 18, they are out the door. They're doing their thing. You're going to be tearing your hair out trying to find out where they are. Where you've just sat down and stayed in a relationship for your kids when they will leave the roost and you're left with an emptiness of a relationship. I'm not asking you to leave your relationship. If you love the partner that you were in, make it work. Make it work. But if there's no kids involved and you're still trying to navigate the relationship and he has rules that you need to follow and you're not getting any... Girl, man, walk away. Walk away now. We weren't put on this earth to serve. We weren't put on this earth to serve. We were put on this earth to live. So, people with bad energy will always try to put their energy onto you. They'll always make you feel small. They will always make you feel like it's your mistake. They will always constantly drain your energy. So with that said, how is your circle? What does your circle look like? Have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you on the lives. Check us out on www.com, standinginmytruth.co.uk, or on YouTube, standinginmytruth.co.uk, with new guests coming in for the Motivational Week, Sports Week, and the Culture Lifestyle shows. It's been great just talking about personal journey. Don't want to give away too much because I have gone back to writing the book. And it's been a cathartic one, as I said, especially with my mum passing away. Have a great day. Salutations. I'm now out. So adios, au revoir, good night, goodbye. Take care.